Hey, everybody, this is episode 21. We are lucky to have with us Jake Castanza running for the 68th District for Illinois. We've got Caleb Wilson. We've got James Haggerty, not in a bow tie this week.
Knit.
So,
It's a knit tie.
a knit tie. Those are coming back, right?
Oh, they're back.
Yeah, they're skinny and they're knit, and
Flat.
young Robert De Niro can pull that off. So, anyway, let's start right in with Jake. I know his time is limited because he has campaign activities to do. We're up at this point about within 10 days of the election.
Yes,
Jake, tell us about what you're doing here.
Sure. Just wanted to start off, gentlemen. I just appreciate you having me on the show. I truly appreciate you doing this, covering the election. We don't have a lot of that going on in the area, so you're doing your due diligence.
Yeah, now that WNTA is gone.
Yeah, acting as a surrogate for the people.
We got to do something. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, the election, it is coming up on November 6th, and I'm a candidate for state representative in the 68th District on the Democratic ticket. And it's been quite a journey. We started this campaign back on September 2nd, 2017, getting petitions. And every weekend, nearly every day since then, we've been out knocking on doors, raising dollars, and connecting with people to push the message. So,
Jake, I see you working hard, man. I see a lot of signs. I see a lot of media. I know some of it comes collaterally. Some of it comes from you. I saw your new commercials come on within the last couple of days, I feel like.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I just hadn't seen them before that. But I feel like you're working hard at it and getting around town. So what should we know about your background before, up to now? What have you done?
Excellent. So, just to give you a brief introduction of who I am, I've lived here my whole life. I graduated out of Boylan, RVC for a short amount of time, and then graduated from Western Illinois with a bachelor's degree in communication. Came back in 2012, started looking for work, landed one job after applying to 35 different places at a bank in Loves Park, $10 an hour, 30 hours a week, no benefits, mountain of debt. And just kind of the story that we're facing right now economically for many people. But at that rate, a little bit of hard work and some luck. Got a job at the YMCA of Rock River Valley as the executive assistant to, at the time, CEO Mike Brown. And Mike actually saw something in me that maybe I didn't see in myself, and he put me into a fundraising position there. We actually were wildly successful. We took the YMCA from an annual goal of $350,000 ultimately to $1.3 million year over year. And that was a really good experience because fundraising means that you have to get onto your feet on the ground, and you're going around town, you're seeing what's needed, whether it's a health initiative, an after-school initiative, health and wellness for seniors, or even safety. Because we know Rockford went through some painful times. Teenagers were literally getting gunned down in the streets, and so we reacted to that. And Project 505, or opening a new branch, the Puri Family YMCA on Newburgh and Perryville, very in tune with being able to do that and to make sure that the community had access. So after serving 30,000 people and raising all those dollars, we feel that we've done a really good job. And since then, I was actually headhunted by the agency I'm at now, Project First Rate. That's a labor management association. So just to be clear, I work for both the employer and the workers. And what we do there is we try to keep local construction projects local. In addition to that, I promote apprenticeship programs because, again, the schools are now moving into a technical sort of education. The college for all mentality, I think, is good, but a little bit broken, and especially where our world's going now.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, so we do those kinds of things.
That's great. So how long have you been at Project First Rate?
I've been there 2 years. We've had a little more than 2 years now, some great successes, whether it was partnerships with Rockford Housing Authority, the Rockford Park District, Mercy Health, and even the hotel, the Amrock Hotel, the Embassy Suites behind us. We just made sure that our workforce was put forward, and seeing the productivity of what we can do, I think, is a massive benefit to anybody willing to place an asset here in our community.
All right. So, Jake, when we look at the campaign, I view it, a state office, kind of as a, what is going on locally that prompts you to run, and then what is going on at a state level that prompts you to run. Let's start with local.
Sure.
What do you think are the kind of important local issues in your race?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Locally, Winnebago County is one of the only places in Illinois that has things that are, completely rural, small town kind of feel, and even an urban kind of feel. And then we have these great resources, whether it's an airport, rails, highways, parks, an education system that's moving into the 21st century and getting folks ready for jobs, community college, all of these different resources. And I think by taking inventory of all these pieces of the puzzle, they need to be properly set up so that we can help outgrow some of the issues that we're facing, whether it's a pension obligation, a deficit in the budget, some shortages. I think we need leaders who don't complain. We need leaders who are looking for progress and willing to put those things in line, making tough decisions, which will ultimately, I think, help us outgrow some of the issues that we're facing right now. So that was one of the local reasons, and I believe that state, or what's going on at the state level, was another one.
Was my second question.
Yeah, and sorry for stealing that out of
no, that's
out of
okay.
your mouth. So,
no, please.
The state level, right? We have so many problems going on as it relates to the budget, as it relates to partisan politics, people who have a grip on power. I think both both parties have particularly failed the middle class, small businesses, and working poor, specifically in our district. And I think that we need leaders who are able to get deals done. And I think that at the YMCA and Project First Rate, I've been able to exercise that by bringing completely different ideologies to a table and getting something put forward that, not everyone may be happy, everyone may be, having these big smiles on their faces, but Illinois needs to stop with the obstructionism, stop with the divisiveness, and start looking to restore civility and peace within those chambers to get something done and make legislation that's going to make us prosperous instead of on our heels and backing up all the time.
So you view it as a problem coming from both sides of the aisle?
Oh, completely. Yeah, if it's the Democrats pointing at the Republicans, if it's the Republicans pointing at the Democrats, I haven't seen anything going in positive direction for, again, small businesses, middle class. There's been some small victories, but for the most part, the financial instability has spiraled out of control. I know that's not just over the last 4 years, but over the last 4 years particularly, Illinois should be very embarrassed of its leadership, especially in losing out to jobs, tax increases, and lack of funding things, again, like the pension obligations, allowing infrastructure to crumble. We aren't taking care of the assets.
Let's talk about that. You've mentioned pensions twice. You've mentioned financial obligations, and those kind of go hand in hand, especially at the local level. What kind of solutions do you see for the pension problem?
Sure. So growth. Before we get into the growth aspect of it, I want to take a look at what, our police and fire have done already, and they have put forward like a two-tier system for their pension. So,
do you think there needs to be a third tier?
No, not necessarily. I think
we probably don't have time here to educate everybody on tier 1, tier 2, but you think tier 2 is sustainable?
I do think it's sustainable.
Right.
I think it's sustainable in the effect that we still have an opportunity or an opening to attract more business. Again, Illinois is uniquely positioned to attract mega businesses. We have 36 Fortune 500 companies. That's more than Missouri, Indiana, Iowa, Wisconsin all combined. And the reason for that is because we have a workforce that's capable, it's educated, and then our infrastructure. Fortune 500 CEOs, 93% of them actually, prefer to have a qualified workforce and good infrastructure to be able to do that. Incentives is always a part of that conversation, but in the imaginative, if you're able to produce a widget quickly, get it on a highway or a plane or a rail and get it going, that's what these companies are looking for. They're looking to increase their productivity, which in turn increases their microeconomics, and I think that's a prosperous combination. But again, we're fighting with each other over political issues versus economic issues, and I think that's failed us. With what I've just said, I think again in positioning those pieces of the puzzle, that ability for growth, I think, gives us a massive opportunity to basically responsibly create a financial scheme that will be able to pay off those obligations, put us in a place that we're not always, again, backing up on our heels.
So you view growth as the solution to the economic problem?
Certainly.
What do you say about taxes? Let's talk about personal income taxes at the state level, something that obviously is in the control of the State House and the governor. We know we had a ramp up last year on those. What, good, bad? necessary? What do you think?
Yeah, the way I look at it, as far as I look at it, the 4.95% income tax, that's the personal income tax, that was restored to prior years, I believe, in the Quinn administration. Quinn was able to get jobs in. He got over 250,000 jobs in his first 39 months. Governor Rauner failed to do that. Again, I don't believe that taxing working poor, middle class, small businesses is ever a solution. That tax burden, that needs to be relieved for those folks. But we look to some of these mega corporations, especially the insurance field, the big pharma fields. These corporations, 2/3 of them don't pay any taxes at all. And some people might argue, well, it goes into an S corp and they're getting personally taxed on their income. Well, the way I look at it is if the corporations are paying their 6.95%, I think that, again, our pension obligations, our roads, our schools, those things can be funded. In addition to that, I think the state has taken the right step forward in some of the different funding formulas for schools because Chicago's just getting too much. And I think that with that in mind, we can start taking some of those dollars back to what they refer to the downstate communities, Rockford being one of them, and we can be more efficient with those dollars, especially with our district heading in the right way and doing the right things as it relates to curriculum and getting people ready for jobs of the 21st century.
All right. Caleb, questions?
Yeah, I guess what is Cabello, the incumbent right now, what has he done that you think you could do better? And then same thing, what do you think Rauner has failed to do? So Cabello and Rauner, what do you think those two guys have not done that you think you could possibly do? I guess starting with Cabello.
Sure. Yeah, starting with Cabello, he's been in since 11. He was handpicked by Dave Winters, appointed by Dave Winters after losing an election in 2010. Or a primary election in 2010. And since then, I believe that the district has been completely underserved. They being Chuck Sweeney, gives a lot of credit to Cabello for the Olson Lake reopening. Outside of that, I'm not really sure what he's gotten done. He isn't very present. I think his constituent services, his customer service for the constituency has been lacking, especially when I was at the YMCA and the 2-year budget impasse hit. Our after-school programs, the ones that the Y provided for several of the schools, specifically in the 68th district, we were gutted, and families didn't know what to do with their kids afterward. Subsequently, we saw some of our most violent and highest crime attributing to the youth in recent years. Things just went out of control. And the inability for him to pick up a phone after leaving message after message after message is quite concerning, especially when one of the leaders, one of the largest nonprofits who is making a huge impact in our community, is looking for him. In addition to that, I just don't know where he's at. I've called him out for a debate on Facebook. We've tried to basically see if he's going to show up, if he's going to connect with us on any type of forum or open forum. He showed up to one. That was the first time I've seen him since January. And I think that's an issue. We don't know where he's at. We don't know what he's doing. In reference to Governor Rauner, Governor Rauner was trying to, I think, basically eradicate a lot of protections for working people. That inability to compromise, especially with his turnaround agenda, and moving forward into the budget impasse, I think really showed his. How do I want to say this? I don't think he was really determined to come up with a solution. I think that he was looking to bankrupt the state so that, again, municipalities had an opening to basically throw out all contracts as it related to police and fire. And I saw that as a very a last-ditch effort. There's really no plan behind the agenda other than just basically flipping all these things over. That's really unfortunate for a governor when we had an opportunity to bring people like Toyota in. That's a huge economic engine, and instead he goes over to Japan and badmouths Illinois. We can't have a governor talking about all of our weaknesses. We need a visionary. We need someone putting opportunities in front of us, something that people can get behind, something that they can put their hands on and really move forward to. The people of Illinois deserve that, and I think that specifically, as a microcosm of Illinois, the 68th district deserves a little bit better than that, more competency rather. So
that reminds me of something real quick. You said the 68th district. Just so everybody's clear, your district runs, it's actually kind of a sprawling area.
Yeah.
I'd call it the kind of rural part of Winnebago County, northwest of Rockford. I'd call it a lot of Machesney and Loves Parks. And then I would call it maybe the area around Rural Oaks.
Yeah.
And then the area kind of southeast in Rockford. Mm-hmm. So
That appears
is that
to be-
fair? Is that a
Yeah.
How would you describe it? I'll let
Yeah,
you-
you know, that's actually a great description. So the way I describe it is, does everyone know where Ingersoll Golf Course is? Well, it's across the street, stretches all the way out to Meridian, up to Roscoe Road, into South Roscoe, all of Loves, all of Machesney, significant portion of East Rockford, into Cherry Valley. And I facetiously say that it's beautifully gerrymandered.
Well, yes, I was just going to say it appears to be a primarily Republican district. Is that what you see, and how are you overcoming that at this point?
It is a Republican district. You know, Trump won it by 3 points. As we know, things have changed since then. The way I look at it isn't so much about the party. I'm a moderate. At best, I'm a moderate. And at that rate, I think that it's more of the message. There's a lot of hardworking people there. And really what I've come to find is that most people like the middle. They're wanting to hear about issues. And I've knocked on 30,000 doors, and I talked to seniors, I talked to families, single people, and really the common idea is if they get an increase in their taxes, an increase in costs for energy or pharma, they're going to lose their house or lose their ability to stay in Illinois. That's hugely concerning for me. I don't think any of that's partisan. I think it's about how determined we are to make the right choice for the people in the district and the state.
And we talked a little bit about that in other conversations about people leaving Illinois. It's hard to do business here in Rockford and in Illinois. What do you say to the people who may have a view of Illinois as a place you flee, not come to?
Sure. You know, one thing about Illinois, again, not only the economic opportunities for business and to attract business, but I think families need to understand we have one of the best school systems in the country. We have a great university system. We have so much to do. Chicago is one of the best tourist attractions in the entire world. We have a lot to offer. And then there's places like the 68th District even. We have Rock Cut. We have parks. We have golf. We have so many great jobs. We have good schools. Private schools, colleges. There's a lot we have to offer in a very close portion or close proximity. Those are the kinds of things families are wanting. But if we're going to put their pocketbooks under the gun, whether again it's taxes or costs of pharma or energy or groceries, whatever that might be, that's not a good way to attract them and to retain the people who are here and even grow their families and have those people who go to college bounce back. You know, out of all my friends at Boylan, I'd have to say that there's maybe a handful of the several dozen that are even in town. Most of them either fled to Chicago or north of us in Madison.
What do you? I have another quick question for Jake. What do you say to the people who tell you they're afraid if their taxes get raised by this percent, then they're gonna have to leave Illinois, or or they're afraid they're gonna lose their home, or then they have to cut this out of their life and whatnot. What do you say to those people when they come back and say that to you?
Sure. You know, one of my big things is about health care. We talk about why taxes keep going up, our budget problems. The number one budget item is health care. And when we take a look at that, we follow the money, we see big insurance companies, in my opinion, and I think it's very clear, they have this anti-middle class agenda as it relates to things like the cost of healthcare or the cost of prescriptions. When insurance companies are the bargaining agents and they're bargaining on behalf of shareholders versus taxpayers, these costs can go out of control. And I believe that there's billions of dollars that have been litigated to go into their pockets. And people like my opponent are very complicit with allowing that. Some of these drugs have seen 100,000% increase. That's not just that's not an imagination number. That's a fact. And so when I have this conversation with them, I tell them that the corruption needs to stop. The spending is out of control, and in the way we're spending our dollars, we need to make sure that it's our highest and best use of the resource. We don't have officials down there making that determination, and I think that they're very confused and very much in tune with their reelection. Unpopular decisions lead for better legislation, in my opinion, and it's all about people here. It's all about taxpayers. It's all about business. If we don't have all of those people at the table, I think we have the same old politicians who have been in there for, 6, 7, 10, 30, 40 years doing the same stuff that we're used to, and it's broken, so we need to fix it. And I say elect new people.
All right. Jake, how many people are in the 68th district?
So the way the districts are cut up, there's 118,000 people per district.
Wow.
I think we all understand that the city of Rockford, has an out migration, and actually some of we're all at a net loss. That's just all of the communities within the district are at a net loss. However, a lot of Loves Park and McChesney Park find transplants even from the Rockford region. So that number is not 100% determined, but they do cut the districts by 118,000 people per district.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to figure out how many doors you have left to knock on.
Well,
if you've done 30,000, that's
I think there's
assume a
something-
couple people per house. That's you got some
Yeah.
doors to do.
Yes, we do, and we target people that we feel might be reasonable. I want to listen to all people. We give them so many opportunities to give us a call, reach us on Facebook, online. We've been to many forums. We've gone to meet and greets. Our fundraisers are open to the public. We give people a chance because if they want to hear us and they have questions, that is exactly what being a state representative is about.
All right. Well, we'd like to thank Jake Castanza for coming on, and election November 6th.
Gentlemen, I
Right.
truly appreciate your time, and forgive me for my door knocking outfit, but
Hey.
got to stay warm out there.
Hey,
so.
no,
my
that's
tie.
great.
Yeah, I know.
That's great. Forgive him for his tie. He always overdresses.
And maybe when I'm done with the sweater, we can make you a knit
It's a
tie
nice
out of this
sweater.
one.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, no
It
doubt.
seems to be wool.
Yeah, actually, it's a nice itchy wool. So
Itchy wool.
Yeah,
So-
guys. I
Jake, good
appreciate
luck.
your time. Thank you.
All right,
Yes, good
thanks,
luck.
Jake.
And we're back. So, waiting for our next guest, but in the meanwhile, James Haggerty, can we get an Ice Hogs update?
Well, forgive the movie quote or the movie reference, but old time hockey is back at the BMO Harris Bank Center this year. The Ice Hogs, they're doing well. They've won a few, lost a few, but it's a productive season so far.
What's the movie reference? I don't know it.
You don't know it.
You don't have to. I don't have to forgive it because I didn't know it. What is it?
It's the Paul Newman classic slap shot.
Oh, okay. All right.
Without being in trouble with the filmmakers.
Okay.
Probably all I can say on the air.
Yeah, you probably can't read like a soliloquy from it.
I
or
want to.
anything.
I mean, I so much want
Yeah.
to. I promised Caleb I would.
All right. So Ice Hogs.
Ice
So
Hogs are doing well. There could be a goalie shakeup. I wrote about this last week.
a goalie shakeup.
Anton Forsberg was sent down to Rockford.
Wait, you
after-
wrote about this at the Rock River Times?
I did, yes.
Okay.
It could be a goalie shakeup. Ice Hogs brass is not really commenting on whether they're going to keep 3 goaltenders. I can't really see them doing that. So I think for the time being, I would think Forsberg will probably share the majority of the duties with Colin Delia. They'll send their rookie probably down to Indy, which means someone down there would probably not see so much playing time. But the Hogs overall are doing well. I think they're putting the pieces slowly back together. Power play is doing well. They won a game on Wednesday night convincingly 5-2 over the San Antonio Rampage. They host Cleveland and somebody else this weekend. 2 games. I'll be at both of them. Yeah.
Now, was that the game with the dogs?
It was, yes. You can bring your
Wednesday
dogs
night?
to section, I believe, 210 or something.
But that was last Wednesday.
That was
This
Wednesday.
past Wednesday.
A couple of
Yeah.
very good-looking dogs were paraded across the ice in the I think it was a dog contest of some sort. And I believe a little Chihuahua with some sort of Hispanic name, I think it was Pepe, actually won that contest.
I have a
Beautiful.
question about these dogs. Where did they go to the bathroom?
Well, I didn't see
James?
any actually relieving themselves, but I think they were more than accommodating if one of them had an accident.
Interesting.
Didn't see any of them.
Doesn't the Zamboni just come and
Well, they none of them. I did
Lays
see
that
all
over?
of I did see the dogs on the ice, and none of them had to go then.
okay?
Their owners were very responsible,
All
and,
right.
and they were all little dogs. And there weren't any.
Nobody brought like pit bulls.
I did not see a pit bull. I saw a couple of Chihuahuas, a French bulldog, a little Shih Tzu.
That's very precise. How'd you know it was a French
small
bulldog?
Oh, I could see them.
I thought maybe you spoke and you heard his accent.
no, that was the. Well, see, that was the. I heard the accent on the Chihuahua.
Oh, okay.
What about any Great Danes? Did you see any Great
It was
Danes?
not a
there?
Great Dane.
No.
Any lesser Danes?
No, there was not.
Mastiffs?
No Mastiffs, but that could be a pretty good a breed to bring to a hockey game.
What's their record now?
You'd probably have to ask me that. They've lost 3 games. I think they're right around 500. I would have to say. I mean, I should know this stuff.
I thought you were talking about the
I cover
Mastiffs.
the team. Well, the Mastiffs are really headed towards the championship game themselves.
Wow.
The Mastiffs could probably just change equipment with the Ice Hogs.
They're big.
Play these teams by themselves.
They're
What do you think
big.
of that?
They're big.
They're big, yes.
And they got 4 legs. So
I think
that helps.
they more resemble a basketball team. Mastiffs.
The Mastiffs? Yeah.
Or maybe a baseball team.
Maybe.
A drunken baseball team from the 1920s.
You think?
Yeah.
All right. So that's that. Now, Caleb, we had Jake on today. Have we reached out to John Cabello?
We have.
Just for the record.
Yes, we reached out to him today, actually, and we wanted to extend the invitation to John Cabello, and he got back to me, and he said that he will check his schedule to for next week. So
All right.
we hope to have him on and have everybody see what he has to say.
What should we talk about? Because John Cabello has taken some flack for being against the train coming in.
He's anti-train?
Passenger rail. I think he's been accused in the past of being among the folks who are.
You
against
might
bringing
have to add me to that category.
Passenger rail to Rockford.
I think I view. I don't know that I view that as a political issue, just as much as a logic issue. I mean,
Well,
the
yeah,
train.
you might be right.
I mean, come on.
I might agree with you.
Who
on
really
that.
wants to get on the train? I mean, is the train going to get there that much quicker than if I drive?
Of course, it'll be a lot longer.
If it's Elon Musk's train,
Well, he can. It would be the it would
His
be,
own
right?
train
yeah, if it's his,
or a bullet train,
Bullet
like
train.
an Elon Musk
Yes,
bullet type train. All right.
exactly.
Now that's different.
We're talking Amtrak, the slowest vehicle on the face of the planet. That's what was going to come here, and I believe John Cabello was an advocate for our new governor withholding that $200 million in that transportation bill.
So anti-train.
I believe he's totally anti.
He's an anti-trainite.
We should get him and Severson on.
Severson is anti-train.
Well, of course.
Who likes the
he
train?
doesn't need
Does
to-
anybody like the train?
Well, there's a couple of different camps. I mean, I think
What does Sweeney say about the train? Does he
Right.
like
Well,
the train?
He loves
would you
trains.
use it? Would you use the train?
I don't know. I think there's an argument on one side that says Rockford would droves of people would be using this train to go back and forth to the city, but we have I-90 on which droves of people are already doing that.
It's pretty brutal, though. I will say
is.
traffic.
Lately, it's-
Traffic. Once you get in the city, there used to be a time where you could kind of time it and get in and out and not have too much traffic. But these days, it's just brutal. You can't. There just is no good time of actual operating hours. You're screwed.
So I don't know. So we can ask him.
So I would agree with that. But at the end of the day, I'd probably still drive.
Me too. Because the L is right there. I mean,
Yeah.
I parked at Cumberland many times.
Yeah.
Cumberland and Higgins many times.
Yeah, you do that, or even if you're in a jam, you park at O'Hare, and
Take the train from the airport.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I see somebody.
Our next guest.
Yeah, we're going to talk
next
about
guest.
where we are because we
got a minute?
We have this location here. I mean,
All right.
Are we going to talk about our location?
We will talk about our location. In fact, this is a good time to mention sponsors. So let's see.
2 or 3? We have 3.
Well, you think we have 3. I don't know how many we really have. But we've got Downtown Barber Shave Club.
Yes, it's
In fact, next week, we should have on Mr. Brovember, Dave
himself,
Armstrong.
Mr. Brovember himself.
Yeah, Dave Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And discuss shaving or not shaving for November. We're putting in money to cause Caleb to shave every day. Caleb's putting in money
He shaved this morning.
to cause us
Believe it
to
or
not shave every day.
well.
So there's money going every which direction.
There is.
All of it to a good cause, though, for Brovember. We'll let Dave tell everybody what the cause is if they don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's, Mr. Brovember, Dave Armstrong on next week.
Second sponsor
Second sponsor,
is up in the air.
well, I don't know. The
I
second
reached out
sponsor
to
is
him.
clearly Sisters on Main.
Well, no, that's not what I was.
Here
talking
we
about.
are. Here we are.
And well, let's talk about
The
this.
elegance of Sisters on Main. We will, Rockford's favorite downtown cafe, we will put pictures. For those of you who have not been in here, we'll put pictures online.
No, we are in the back room right now.
Yeah, we're in the,
Side room.
Side
well,
room,
it's more of a
sorry.
side room. Yeah, it's side by side, really.
And what a view! I mean, the window is closed behind us, but right outside this door is progress. It just reeks of progress outside here. So what an ingenious location. Wouldn't you agree?
It is. You'll be adjacent to the Amrock Hotel, the Embassy Suites. You're adjacent to most of the downtown Rockford living. So, yeah, this is great. You're adjacent to the centers of court government
Absolutely. And
and
when they
county government.
Yes, and do you think now? We should probably talk about Stroll on State. Events like that are probably going to expand, and
Stroll
they're going to
on
need
State,
areas.
we
Need
probably
this
should.
area.
In
We're gonna
fact-
encompass this area.
In fact, for careful observers of This Week in Rockford, of which there are probably none, careful observers would
four.
note that my prediction of 2017
that's right.
Stroll on State was within 0.5% of being accurate.
It was. You're right.
Now, I'll admit, I would have
went
lost
back
on the
to-
Price is Right. I'd have lost because I went over by 200 people, 230 people or
It's
something.
suspicious to me. It's
But-
suspicious.
You think the fix is in?
I don't know.
You think I had inside
you were
information from
dangerously
Grow?
close to
Yeah,
it,
but we
what
made
they
that prediction
reported,
like in November or
Right.
December of 2016.
which could mean could.
So should we
spell
get
it.
predictions on the record now
We
for
should.
2018?
We should. It was 82.5 last
It was 82.5 last year. Caleb, you say this year, 2018.
87.
Even?
year. 87 people.
87,350.
Ooh.
Haggerty, you say?
Well, I don't know. I'm waiting for the Stroll on State to like sort of expand its footprint, and if it includes this block as
Well,
an
it expanded
official
its
part-
footprint.
Okay, so
I thought you were going to say expand their transportation options.
well, that we need to talk about that because there needs to be enough trolleys to get to and from the festival.
You sound like Mr. Rogers. You want a trolley.
Well, what was it? The imaginary neighborhood?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right.
The land of make believe.
Oh, that. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so we'll
it.
get back to that. So
All right.
I'm going to say they're going to report 91,000 people,
Even?
even.
All right.
91,001 because I'll be there.
All right. I'm going to split the difference. I'll say 88.5. I'm going 88.5. All right. So those are our predictions for Stroll on State.
Right.
Now, more importantly, turn that mic on, and I will turn up the board, and we'll have our next guest on.
Yeah, he's coming through the doors right now. Here he is. He's running towards us.
All right. Here he is. Well, we're not live. It's recorded, so
Will it be edited?
don't swear you're on the air, but yeah, we'll do a little light editing.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, everybody. We're glad to welcome Mark. Mark is management here at Sisters on Main, Rockford's favorite downtown cafe.
Yes.
So, all right, Mark, you got to get up on the mic. Mark,
Okay.
get right up on the mic. All right,
All
that's
right, I'm
that's
here.
the first
Here we go.
advice Double T gave me.
Okay.
Now, you
not
notice
used
Double
to
T's still
doing
in
this.
broadcasting. Double
Oh,
T's
okay.
still in broadcasting, so he this must have been good advice.
And now you are
Get
sort
right
of
up
in
on that mic.
broadcasting.
Get up
So
on
yeah,
that mic.
get up on that mic.
Double
I'm
T.
on it.
You're on it.
Yes.
So, Mark, what's the deal here at Sisters on Main? What's going on?
Well, let's see. We started redoing the place January.
January
Yeah,
2018?
January 2018. The previous owners, or not owners, the previous place was occupied by magpies, I believe. So we actually seen a lease sign and felt like it was a good opportunity to get in here. And we contacted Caleb through emails and stuff and just started back and forth. And then we seen the place and liked it, and we came in and redid it all. And as you can see, you see here now what it is.
Yeah, we'll put some still pictures online so that people can see it.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful. The build out in here is
And,
spectacular.
yeah, Caleb does beautiful work, by the way. And but speaking,
He didn't
of
say
beautiful
Caleb
work,
did the build out.
But the previous restaurant did not include this space
Oh no,
back here,
absolutely.
and this is all
it
you
was
right
pure
here.
storage or something.
Okay, no, this is great. Was this your vision? There's a bar going to be in here.
Yeah.
I'm not can't put words in your
Yes.
mouth, but this looks like it could be somewhere to host events. If that
Yeah.
was, what are your plans?
Rent it out for wedding reception, small ones,
sure.
baby showers, birthday parties, whatever somebody wants. We'll cater the food, and we got entertainment as well on the wall.
Oh, the food. Talk about the food.
Food is
Nice.
great.
Food is fantastic. Yeah, we had it was, you were then calling it what? The Ice Hogs Burger?
Was it the Puck Burger?
That was a few weeks
the
ago.
Puck Burger
It's now
over there,
officially
but
the Puck Burger.
It's
All
the
right.
Puck Burger over there. It's
Okay.
the Ice Hog Burger here.
Wow.
Ice
Wait, so
Hog,
when you say over
AKA,
there-
At the BMO.
At the BMO, because you have a location at the BMO.
Yes, we do. We're located in the 815 stand,
All right.
Oh, yes.
and we have actually the Puck Burger, which is the version of the Ice Hog Burger over here, which is half-pound beef patty, slice of ham, bacon, garlic aioli, and lettuce.
Yes.
And it's very delicious.
That thing is delicious.
What about the
I like
nacho? Nacho fries.
Nacho fries.
Nacho
Haggerty and I
fries.
got into a battle. I ordered some nacho fries, and he wanted some, and I said, no, you can't have those. They're nacho fries. And he got mad at me. So then I shared them.
Shared
then.
them.
Yeah.
Then he paid for them.
I did pay for them. Well, they weren't your
They weren't my
fries.
fries.
They
They're
weren't
not
your nacho
yours.
fries, so I paid for them. But I did share them.
They were good, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, we also offer breakfast all day.
Oh yes.
You know, so if
There's a
you-
lot to be said for breakfast in various parts of the
There
day.
is, yes.
Yeah, I'm
There's
a fan
not
of
many
it.
places in Rockford that you can go and get
No.
breakfast all day.
Downtown, period. There's really no normal breakfast places downtown.
Now people talk about biscuits and gravy.
It's
You
here.
want a place to get? Okay.
It's
Here's my
here.
next question. Can you get a good hearty plate of biscuits and
You
gravy
can
here?
get you some now if you want them.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh
you
boy.
might go home and go to sleep then.
Well, you know,
But
my
yeah, you-
cardiologist may have a problem with that. But I'm
But-
sure they're great. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can get them here anytime.
So, Mark, you have a Friday night fish fry
Yes. It's
How
going
much
on-
is that?
It's going on right now, actually.
right now?
Yes.
Well, it is
is
Friday.
Friday.
It's the end of the day Friday. It's
Well,
not Friday
yes.
night yet.
Well,
Like we could order
started-
Friday night fish
you
fry
can
right now?
Start it right now. We started it actually by noon.
Nice. So, what's the deal with that?
Oh, we got catfish, 2 sides, 2 vegetables, basically baked potato, mixed vegetables. You get a hush puppy in there. You'll get 3 catfish fillets.
Nice.
Very, very good, seasoned well. We got beer battered cod. It's always good. We got shrimp, fried shrimp, and then we got big jumbo shrimp, straight from the Gulf.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
So when you say fish fry, you really mean it. This is
Yes.
This is right from
You got a lot of stuff going.
by definition.
All right. So, how much is it?
They're $10.99 for the cod, the catfish, the shrimp, and then the jumbo shrimp is $12.99.
All right.
But they're real big.
All right. And that's every Friday.
Yes.
Excellent. So, this isn't your first venture here,
No.
as far as Sisters. I mean, it's funny. I was sitting there. I forgot to mention it to Jake, but the last time I ran into Jake Castanza was at Sisters Cafe on Kilburn. So
Yeah.
he was in the booth behind me, and he probably was just beginning his candidacy.
Were you
at that point.
eavesdropping?
It was pretty close. Well,
It's
he was
real
with
tight
he
in
was with,
there.
I believe, his wife. So I don't believe,
It's real tight in there.
I don't believe I
You
was
probably hear
eavesdropping.
everybody's conversation. But
No.
it's good food there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said the same
We
menu?
open at we open over there 4:30
All right.
a.m. Close at 2.
Haggerty hasn't seen 4:30 a.m. in 20 years.
Yes, probably. Well, I've stayed up until 4.
You stay up through it, but yeah, as far as getting
Well,
up to go to work,
So
no.
what you could do is stay up through it and just
Power
Uber.
through.
Uber
Come on over to
there.
Kilburn.
Uber
yeah.
over there. Power
because
through.
they're open.
Power
sure.
through.
And, you know, I've heard great things about it.
Yeah, good food and great people,
Yeah.
good staff over there.
His
Nice.
food's excellent. Price is fantastic.
No, the restaurant there itself has been there for many years. Correct?
Yes, it's been there over 25 years.
Okay, wow. Yeah, so it's a
Wow.
mainstay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the address there?
2626 Kilburn.
Yeah, it's a little bit hidden because it's on the north end of that strip.
Around that curve.
So you kind of got to know what you're looking for there.
Yep. There's a Jasmine Pantry right there, like a little stop and go mart. Jasmine Pantry, and it's on the end of the building. Sisters.
Gotcha.
So
All right. So that's Sisters Cafe on Kilburn.
Yes.
Then we're at Sisters on Main at 307 South Main in Rockford, Illinois.
Downtown.
Yes.
So what's your take on downtown? I know you're familiar with it, but to be now actually being a merchant down here,
well,
it's a different perspective.
I actually I like it, and I'm excited about the new things coming here. We got the hotel coming across the street. Right next door, we have a nice new loft going to be built.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't know?
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't-
good
I don't-
topic
I
for
don't know
another
much.
show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nobody tells him anything.
As long
so,
as the
So they spring these
as
things
long
on
as
me,
they
I'm
smell the
supposed to-
food, hey, I'm all good.
yeah, they'll come
So
over
you're
here.
talking about a residential loft?
Yeah. Yep.
Wonderful. All right.
Yep, that's coming. So, all right.
But yeah, excited to be down here and just in the mix and everything like that. You guys were talking about Stroll on State.
Yeah, Stroll on State. Yeah, what do you know?
Actually, the parade starts in the parking lot.
The boundary starts here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it did not before.
didn't before.
See, that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
wow.
See,
But
now this is hands down. probably one
Caleb,
of the-
did you hook that up
you know
just so
this?
that
I did
just
not.
so
I-
that
I-
Sisters on Main would be in the footprint of Stroll on State?
I was not a part of that planning, but I did hear that the boundary was going to start
Yeah,
right over
Wow.
here.
It's
So-
very good. So the parade is starting here, and we'll be
So you're not, you're
here.
in it.
We'll be open.
You're
Yeah,
in the
we're
you are in
it.
the heart of the action.
The start of
This
it.
is like the best place
This
in
is
town right here.
This is
Yeah.
right here.
right here.
right here.
This is the heart of Stroll
I'll
right
have
here.
Santa Claus too. He'll
Santa Claus
yeah,
is
he's
coming right here. He's
Yep.
coming.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be
Wait,
awesome.
have you been
that
naughty
day.
or nice, Mark?
Huh?
Have you been naughty or nice?
I've been nice.
You've been nice. I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right.
I don't know.
So- All right. So everybody should come on down to Sisters on Main, 307 South Main Street, and I recommend the fish fry,
The nacho fry.
the nacho fries, and
if you guys
The Ice
mention,
Hogs burger.
let them know if you guys mention this. If they seen this off here, they can mention what's the name of this. So-
This Week in Rockford.
This Week in
Caleb-
Rockford.
We sometimes call it the Caleb Wilson Show.
That is not
but
the name of the
we'll
show.
call it This Week in Rockford.
If they
Yeah.
if they
If
come
they mention
in,
it.
if
Jam.
they come in and mention, say they seen this on the Caleb Wilson Show.
All right, we're going to make them call it the Caleb Wilson
They-
Show. I think that's good.
They will receive a free drink
Nice.
with their meal.
That's fantastic.
There you go.
There you go.
That's great. Just for our viewers and listeners right there.
Yeah.
Mark, thanks so much.
Caleb Wilson Show.
The Caleb Wilson Show.
Yes.
That's right. The Caleb Wilson Show.
That's right.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Mark, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Anytime.
you. Yep.
Be well. All right. So we're back. We would like to thank Mark from Sisters on Main for joining us. What a beautiful place.
It is. It's a refreshing thing to be able to have a, great place to come back to. I know we took a little hiatus. Now we're in the middle of
yeah.
Stroll on State Ground Zero, we just found out.
Well, yeah. So I think we should broadcast live here from Stroll on State.
Facebook Live,
Yes.
Instagram Live, and however.
That way everybody can see all the action occurring
Yes.
in the 300 block of South Main for Stroll on State.
So doesn't that kind of drive
Plus,
home?
we can start to tally our numbers.
Yes, we could have one of those clickers that they
Yeah,
do
we
at
want
City Market clicker.
Haggerty, you got to walk around with a clicker.
I will.
What I say? 88.5, 89.5?
What did I say?
I don't know. We'll roll it back.
Roll it
91. You said 91.
You said
I think you're
91.
high. I
You
think
said
you're high.
91 even.
I think
You
you're
got
high.
high?
I think you're high. No, he said 91,001 because he'll be there.
Because I'll be there.
So, all right.
But we don't count, do we?
So that's Stroll on State. We need to wrap up, though. Do you feel that Strollgate is in play?
I don't know. We should
What are the transport plans for Stroll on State?
I don't know. I think
Should we have John Grow on?
We could, because someone needs to follow up with either Mr. Grow or someone at the Rockton Jovan Bay Hospital to find out if they could accommodate a trolley station in that parking
At the
lot.
Rockton Avenue Javon Bay Hospital.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be at the Javon Bay Gala.
You will. Tonight, ask him.
No, not tonight. November 10th.
Yes.
The Mercy Health Gala,
Yeah.
I think it is called.
You should ask John about that.
I'll be there.
Jovan about that. He's a Rockford guy.
Yeah,
He'd be able to.
that'll be the first thing I say to the man. Absolutely.
I mean, you're
Can
at
we
his
send a
table.
trolley?
Are you
Can
at
we
his-
send a trolley?
You at his table?
I doubt it.
Oh, well.
Anything's possible. I doubt it.
All right. Well, where we are right now just kind of drives home, and this news about Stroll now, including this block here,
Mm-hmm.
kind of drives home the point that this is what a wonderful choice for anybody to open up.
I have to agree.
What do you think?
I have to agree with that statement.
It's a good spot.
I mean,
Yep.
just 2 or 3 years ago, it was sort of a gamble to come downtown Rockford. Now it's
Downtown,
it's
it's
a
where the
whole
action
nother
is.
story.
It's where the action is. Well, I think we should thank Caleb Wilson because he has made downtown great again.
So are you the Walt? He's like the Walt Disney of economic development.
He is. He's something.
Yes.
He's something. Oh, what do we got? Mark is back.
Look at this.
He's got something.
Birth-
It looks
it's a
like
birthday
asparagus.
cake.
It's asparagus and portobello mushrooms.
Oh, that looks
Is it
delicious.
ever?
So just
each get a toothpick and each get an asparagus.
I need asparagus for my ulcers.
It's delicious.
Look at that.
Nice. Mark, thank you.
This is the way it is. Downtown Rockford.
Mushroom?
that's good.
Excellent seasoning.
That's good.
There you go.
Magical.
Excellent
Thank
everything.
you.
Nick.
Fantastic. That's Sisters on Main action right there.
That's right.
Right there.
Yes.
Service right there.
Service.
He was smiling, service
Yep.
with a smile, right?
Yeah.
You see him smiling?
As opposed to other service alternatives.
Wow.
So, all right. So, Strollgate. So, we need to get somebody on here to explain where the trolleys go and come from. And
And why?
maybe Tana. Can we get Tana on here?
I'm sure we could.
We should get
Can we get
someone-
John on here?
John or
Maybe he'll wear a vest.
Maybe he will.
Should we all wear vests if
Yes.
John comes on?
We should get them on because they.
I don't
they
have
do
any
a
like
wonderful-
Patagonia vests. I have some lesser vests.
You're talking about like a sweater vest.
No, I have had sweater vests. I don't think I have any now. But Jimmy Page wore sweater vests.
He did.
But that aside, no, John wears like an outdoorsy type vest.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes. Well,
Yeah,
I-
like maybe an Orvis.
Really?
Yeah, like high-end fishing vest. Sure,
Sure.
Diet?
please. Thanks.
This is.
Bring the pitcher in and fill your water up.
Oh, wonderful! You see, this is another reason why we're doing this here because it's service that just goes beyond
It does.
beyond expectation.
All right, so Haggerty, what else do we need to
think
cover
it's-
besides Strollgate? We'll get to that in a future episode. We'll have somebody come on here to account for transport and transit for Stroll. Tell everybody what the plan is.
Yeah.
Was that in the paper? Any of the papers?
I don't believe
Your
so.
paper, other papers?
No.
I haven't seen any news.
Because I got to
about
say,
it.
I will say this. It's a little daunting, especially if you're not used to coming downtown. It's a little daunting even if you're used to coming downtown. You come down here for Stroll. There are a lot of people here. I mean, we can
Oh, sure.
tongue-in-cheek debate over whether it's 60, 70, 80, 90,000 people, whatever. But there are a lot of people. So the parking and what's open, what's not, and tips on where to park, I mean, that would actually be kind of handy. Where you can get a trolley from.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think there was 3 trolley stations last year. One up by City Hall, or up by the new what is now the new mobile station. I think that was a trolley station last year.
Kelly Williamson.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think John Griffin will continue having a trolley station there?
I'm not sure. There is a camp of folks, or there was a camp of folks who thought that particular development was going to upset the historic landscape.
You mean the
of
mobile
downtown,
station?
Yeah, which I
bet they're using the free air,
well,
bet they
absolutely.
are.
You think they're gassing up there?
probably. Going there, they're shopping at the Dollar Tree. They stop there for gas and get free air, and then they go to the Dollar Tree and buy stuff there. Yeah, I think so.
Beautiful.
I think so.
So it reeks of progress over on that end of downtown as well.
Smells like progress.
Yes. So, and I think there was the YMCA. The YMCA on the river was the third.
So City
trolley.
Hall.
No, I think Heartland Church was also a.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The
Also-
lovely Carissa.
Yes. I believe Heartland Church was also a trolley station.
Heartland Church
Yeah,
at Newburgh and Alpine.
I believe so. So,
Ish, yeah.
the east side was
Blanketed with trolley
Blanketed with
stations.
opportunity.
Trolleys everywhere.
it just
Is Governor Rauner opposed to having a trolley come from the west side
Springfield.
somewhere?
I don't know. Does he ever?
Well, I
go
know
to
he doesn't want
Does
the
he
train.
ever go to Springfield?
I don't know. I don't know. You said he doesn't want the train. Does he want a trolley?
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him. Governor Quinn would
More
have
importantly,
trolleys coming all over.
more importantly,
crisscrossing
does
all over
Stroll?
the-
Will Stroll have a trolley coming from the west side?
That's a good question. That's a question.
Because so
for
far,
you
every
to ask
location you've
Devontae.
identified is on the east side.
Yes. Well, I believe they last year. I guess to be fair to
This is how Strollgate started.
well,
Just a reminder.
I don't
in
think
2016, this was what prompted Haggerty to begin the inquiry.
Well, I wasn't. I don't think I was being fair, or I may have jumped the gun a little bit to the Visitors Bureau. And I found out later that they did attempt, or allegedly reportedly attempt to use the hospital parking lot on the west side for a trolley station. For some reason, they didn't. They couldn't hammer out a deal.
And that was the only place on the west side that could possibly be used for a trolley station?
Well, they then consider the Y as the West Side trolley station, which to
But
me is a little
it's
controversial.
not really on the west side.
Really not.
I'm not trying to be technical, but and it's nowhere near a bridge, so it's not immediately adjacent to a, well, I guess
Well,
the
you could-
pedestrian bridge.
you could swim
oh,
across
that's
the
closed, right?
Yeah. Swim across the river and catch the trolley.
That's good. November 20, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Stroll is. Yeah.
Might be a little cold.
I think we need to investigate this, Haggerty. I think
Yes.
you're onto something with this Stroll game.
Yes.
I'm on to something.
I think we need music for
I don't-
Strollgate.
you're the
No,
one-
this was pretty much you.
But you're the one who called
This
it
was
that.
you. This is well, I
As
called
long
it
as,
Strollgate.
as long as no one again calls up the visitors bureau and says Jim Haggerty told us that not all parts of town are being served by the trolley.
Well, it's
Somebody
kind
did
of what
that?
you're
I
saying.
think so.
It's kind of what you're saying. It's what you said on the show.
It is. It is. Well,
Why are you now
I
upset?
think I may have alluded to that. I don't think I came out and said it.
Well, I
I
think
feel like
you've
you
kind of said
I
it
think you
again
kinda
now
said it.
today.
Yep.
Again.
The Stroll's a great event. I mean,
You're backpedaling on
Yes.
Stroll. You're back strolling. You're back walking on Stroll.
so we're going to have someone, Jen or John, somebody on, someone from Stroll, Andrea, someone from Strollgate, or Stroll on stage.
Strollgate.
Strollgate. No, you're going to be the Bernstein of Strollgate.
All right, that's fine.
I think you should write a book right now about it.
Oh, it's been chapters are already in the can.
Strollgate.
Yeah.
Strollgate.
What do you think about it, Caleb?
I think that's good.
Caleb doesn't like
They
Strollgate.
stroll right by your house, and the horses relieve themselves right there in State Street.
Yep.
It gets cleaned up. I mean, yeah. Coffee shop is jammed full of people that later find out that you can get free hot chocolate on the streets, and then they leave.
Wow. All
We'll
right.
have to see.
So we'll see what Stroll on State 2018 brings, but we will see who we could get on here in the meanwhile to discuss both the logistics, the parking logistics for Stroll on State, and see if there's a response to Strollgate allegations. All right. Anything else? Is that it? Is that
That's
all
it.
that's happening in Rockford?
That's
all right.
it right now.
That's all the news that's fit to discuss.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Show notes, we'll have all the credits.